Hey guys, today we're doing more on the boot build on the Camaro ZL1. So this is what we're looking like at the minute. Everything's been stripped down, all the interior bits have been taken out. So we're going to start the boot build so we can mount our meth tank here and our fuel tank here. So this is what we've already cut out, ready to go. We took a template of this and we're going to just go and place it in here. Like so. And then this is what everything will be mounted to here and here. So I've actually already made a start on setting this out. So this is the bit of wood we've used for the rear seat delete. This is going to be the CO2 bottle mounted this side. The nitrous bottles will be mounted that side. So I'm going to mark all this out, get everything set up, and then I'm going to cover it up with some Alcantara. So first thing we're going to do, now we've got this placed roughly where we're going to want it, we're going to put all the surrounds back in and we can make some markings on where everything's going to go. So we'll get that done now. So this is what she looks like now with all the interior bits put back in. So everything's pretty good here. So now we're going to go about cutting a hole here so the fuel tank can be mounted in here. And then the meth kit will be put here and the pump for the meth will go here. Right, so now all the wood's marked up, I'm going to try and get this fuel tank actually fitted in properly, so I might need to undo this amplifier, move that out of the way, and just get it test fitted in right, then get it bolted down. Then after that we can put the wood over top of it. So I've got the fuel tank loosely put in, but the amp here is very close to the inlet and outlet return. So I'm going to see if I can find someone else to put this. I don't know if it'll go in this little cubby hole here, so I might go and try and transfer everything that way. It gives me plenty of room then to be putting my bits and bobs through here. I just don't like everything being pushed up so close together, so I'm gonna have a look at that now. So funny story, I started to put the fuel tank in for the nitrous system, which meant I wanted to move the amp over to the little area in there, but I do actually need to take a feed off the amp to run my new subs that I'm going to install, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So I thought, before I actually secure this back in the place where it's going to be, I'm going to take a tap off the amp, run it to my LC2 box, ready to pick up a signal to run my subs. So what I've done here, I've actually found the wiring diagram for the Bose amplifier, the Camaro ZL1, and this green one is for the negative sub, and that's for the positive. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually tee off these two connectors now, stick it back into its block connector, stick it back into the amp, and then stick the amp out the way, ready for the nitrous system to be installed. So I'm going to get ahead and do that. So as you can see now, I've managed to tee into the green and white and the blue and grey. So that's now going to be, well, it has been shrink wrapped, so that's going to be run now to the LC2, which will then make a signal for the sub through RCAs. So now I can put this amp back together, back in the corner. Right, okay, so we've managed to get the amp in there. It's nice and secured now. So that's freed up all this room now. So I'm going to have all the inlet and return pipes coming straight out of there and straight out of into there to go under the body. So this leaves us loads of room to play with now. So I'm going to get the wood cut so I'm able to fill up the fuel without actually taking everything apart. And then, yeah, we'll see how we go, eh? Right, so get the fuel cell in the final position. I'm going to mark it all up and then I'm going to use these M10 bolts and nuts. I'm going to drill straight through, but I need to make sure there's nothing underneath first. So I'm going to drill them, attach them, set it all up, and I can put the top on. Okay, that's all the holes drilled, so I'm going to clear everything up now and then put the fuel tank in. So another thing we're going to do really quickly is, now I've drilled actual holes into the body, this being steel, which it is, I'm actually going to hammerite all these holes just to make sure it doesn't start any rust, because that would just be my luck. I've done all this work and the whole car rust to pieces, so I'm going to get that done before I put the fuel tank in. I just realised the bolts that I showed you didn't actually have locking nuts on, so I'm actually putting nylon locking nuts because of the vibration. I'd hate for the fuel tank to come loose whilst we're racing up and down the street. Alright, so as you can see, we've managed to fit all the bolts. So there's one over there, there's one there, there's one there, and one just at the back there, I don't know if you can see. Obviously there's a little bit of paint that's dribbled through from the paint of the oil, so the fuel cell is now actually really secure, so it's on to the next bit. So as you can see, it's like not going anywhere, it's really secure in now. So the next thing is to actually run lines from here, drill into the body here, and then for the fuel to go straight up to the engine. So we need a way for the fumes from the fuel tank to escape the vehicle, because last thing I need is a load of fumes to come in inside and start making me all high and stuff. So I'm going to do a little drill here, put this little grommet that I found here, and then we're going to have the actual overflow into there, like so. There you go, nothing's rubbing on anything, so I just need to tighten a few more bits and bobs here, but that grommet's in. So yeah, that's the breather for the fuel tank done. Right, now so all the fuel cells all fitted in, so now I'm going to try and get the meth tank and the meth pump all mounted onto this bit of wood before I carpet it and then get it back in to its final resting position in the Camaro. So here we have the sort of finished mock-up of the boot install. So now we've got the tank in its final position all bolted down, we've got the pump all bolted down ready. We've also got the little piggy hole so we can actually fill up the fuel cell when we need to. So that's pretty much it. I've had enough for today, so I'm going to continue this in a couple of days time when I'm back in the unit. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment below, the usual stuff, and I'll see you the next time.